मैं अपने पास नहीं रखूंगी, लेकिन आपका देखूंगी। नहीं चलेगा। No, it's okay. You can save trees after this semester. You always have some time to do good work. Nothing is late always. आपको एक नोट तो मेंटेन करना ही है, ओके? So don't. सात सिंह एक बाकी छे ना तो उसमें भी अच्छा से रह लो, अच्छा नाम कमा के जाओ। Okay, so welcome again to today's lecture on PRPC. First chapter देख रहे थे हम. In first chapter, we have seen the origin of crude oil, detection of crude oil, and the composition of crude oil. So this was the composition of crude oil. So this was the composition of crude oil, which I asked you people to take a screenshot that day. So we have the hydrogen family based on which it is classified. How many carbon and hydrogen? So you have paraffins, isoparaffins, olefins, naphthalene, and then aromatics. And you have non-hydrocarbon or non-CH वाले जो है वो है sulfur, nitrogen, and oxygen. What are paraffin base? Okay, basically what is their function? These crudes consist primarily of open chain compounds. It's not cyclic, it is not closed. It is open chain compound and furnish low octane number, straight run gasoline and excellent but waxy lubricating oil stocks. Okay, they are waxy, they are used as lubricating oil stocks. Since they have low octane number, they cannot be used as a fuel. Octane number should be at least more than 100. Okay. Octane number kya hai wo? We will study the properties one by one. The number of carbon atom which helps in combustion. Okay, we have to detect it. Then intermediate base, paraffin base, intermediate base. अब intermediate base में आपके olefinic सब आ जाएगा. These crudes contain large quantities of both paraffinic and naphthenic compounds and furnish medium grade straightened gasoline and lubricating oils. Both wax and asphalt are found in these oils. Last one is naphthalene base. These crude contain a high percentage of cyclic naphthenic compounds and furnish relatively high octane numbers straightened gasoline. Straightened gasoline is nothing but your petrol. The lubricating oil fractions must be solvent refined. Asphalt is present in it. Okay, so you have to refine it. These are the composition. Highest carbon is more desirable. Refinery fractions. So when you go for refining the crude oil, what are the fraction of products that you get? Natural or casing head gasoline and natural gas. जो already इसमें होता ही है, जो आप पहले ही extract कर लेते हो before sending it into the refinery distillation. Next is light distillates. Light distillates में you have motor gasolines, solvent naphthas, kerosene, light heating oils. Okay, आपके जो vegetable oils से they also come under this heating oils में आएगा. Then intermediate distillates में you have heavy fuel oils, diesel oils, and gas oils. Heavy distillates, you have heavy mineral oils, that is medicinal purpose, which is very viscous. Then heavy flotation oil, waxes, lubricating oil. Waxes mean you have candles, sealing paper, treating and insulating. paper treating and insulating. Okay, and residues, the one which is like tar, no, एकदम black or एकदम solid, that is residue. इसमें lubricating oil, fuel oil, petrolatum, then road oils, asphalt and coke, which is very solid, which is very heavy. You cannot break it further. Now distillation of crude, जो हम next chapter में देखेंगे in detail. This is just the basic overview of it. The crude petroleum obtained by mining is a dark colored viscous liquid having an unpleasant smell due to the presence of sulfur containing compounds. It was under the earth's crust, and earth's crust is rich in all minerals also. Sulfur is one among them, which is highly present in your crude oil. Then it also contains impurities of sand and brine. Brine is, what is brine? Salt, right? NaCl. Okay. Since crude oil is a mixture of hydrocarbons, it cannot be used as a fuel or as a base compound for producing other useful substance. The crude oil is subjected to refining by continuous fractional distillation. The continuous fractional distillation of crude oil into different useful fractions and the removal of undesirable impurities is called as refining or processing of petroleum. जो हम पढ़ेंगे, the different fractions thus obtained contain hydrocarbons of different chain lengths. So based on the chain length, आप उसे light naphtha बोलोगे, intermediate बोलोगे या heavy distillate बोलोगे. So based on the chain length, C3 का है या C6 का है या C18 का है, based on the carbon atom. Then the crude oil is heated at 400 degrees Celsius in coiled pipes in a gas heated furnace, and the vapors thus obtained are introduced into the fractionating tower. The fractionating tower is nothing but your distillation column. Okay, the fractionating tower is made up of steel and is also called bubble tower. Why is it bubble tower? Because at every segment you have a bubble tray for letting the gas to pass through, और उस bubble tray के नीचे you have some cap like structure to collect at that particular point जो भी bubble tray से escape हो रहा है, उस वहां पे कुछ condense भी हो जाएगा ना, उसको collect करने के लिए you have a cap like thing, वो कलेक्ट कर लेगा. तो एवरी सेगमेंट में आपके 6-7 सेगमेंट होते हैं या फिर 8 सेगमेंट भी होता है डिपेंडिंग ऑन योर क्रूड कॉम्पोजिशन, जहां पे आप जब आप क्रूड को हीट करके सुपर हीटेड फॉर्म में अंदर डाल रहे हो, इट्स इन गैसियस स्टेट. ओके, व्हेन द गैसियस स्टेट एंटर्स इनटू द फ्रैक्शनेटिंग कॉलम, इट राइजेस अप as the gaseous जो आपका रॉ मटेरियल, व्हेन इट राइजेस अप, इट इज गोइंग टू कंडेंस एट पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट्स. वो पॉइंट्स में आपको bubbles रखने, bubble tray रखने हैं and उसके नीचे cap रखना है. So that is why they are having a bubble tower. The tower is divided into a number of components by means of shells having openings. These openings are covered with caps known as bubble caps. Each shelf is provided with an overflow pipe which keeps the liquid to a certain level and allows the rest to trickle down to the lower shelf, so that आपको segments अच्छे से मिल जाए. आपका जो distillate है, उस distillate वही segment में मिल जाए. It doesn't go and mix with the other portion. आपको every, आपने अगर वो वीडियो देखा हो तो at every segment they have the outlet tube also. अगर आपका नीचे नाफ्ता है तो नीचे नाफ्ता जो है, हेवी नाफ्ता रेसिड्यू जो है, उसे वहीं पे कलेक्ट कर लोगे. जो आपके लाइट नाफ्ता जो ऊपर आता है उसको ऊपर जाके ही कलेक्ट करना है, तो वो नीचे नहीं कलेक्ट कर सकते, उसको पूरा ट्रिकल डाउन नहीं कर सकते आप. So you have to collect the light naphtha which is condensing on the top at the top itself. तो वहां पे उसके लिए ट्रे होगा. The bottom of the fractionating column is at a much higher temperature than at the top, because as it is going up, it is going to lose the temperature. That is why it is condensing down. As the vapors of the oil rise up, the fractionating tower, they become cooler and they condense in different shells to form different fractions of liquids which are continuously drawn out. They have to be drawn out continuously. They should not be allowed to mix. The uncondensed vapor pass out of the tower at the top. The fractions thus obtained consist of mixture of hydrocarbons having close range of boiling points. Okay, like petrol, diesel, they don't have much difference in their boiling points. Then the actual number of fractions and their boiling point ranges depend upon their commercial use and the source of petroleum. So this is how the fractionating column looks like. If you see at the bottom, you have the residue, जिसका कुछ नहीं कर सकते, जो वेपर फॉर्म में जाएगा भी नहीं, बहुत मुश्किल है उसको करना. Then you have the steam that is your raw material, जो आपने steam बनाया है, जो पेट्रोलियम को आपने फर्नेस में बर्न करके 400 डिग्री में steam बनाया. So that steam enters here, it moves on the top. So at around here जो है 400 में अंदर आ रहा है, तो it may be even 450 रख लो. तो यहाँ पे जब आएगा 450 मान के जाओ, जब 400 में जाएगा then some condensing happens here. At that time, you have preheated crude oil that is subjected inside for it to maintain the temperature. And then यहाँ से fuel oil को आप बाहर निकाल लोगे जो oil form में होगा. Then 350 degrees में diesel oil बाहर निकल जाएगा because as it rises, temperature decreases. Okay, this concept you have to keep it clear. As the steam enters and as it rises, the temperature of the steam is going to reduce, and as the temperature reduces, it is going to condense into some of its products. तो यहाँ पे 400 डिग्री पहुंचते ही it will become fuel oil, 350 डिग्री पहुंचते ही it will become diesel oil, and at 250 it is kerosene, 170 it is gasoline, 80 it is petroleum ether, and 30 जो कंडेंस नहीं होगा जो बाहर स्किप हो जाता है वो है पेट्रोलियम गैस. इसमें गैसोलीन जो है वो आपका पेट्रोल है. So at around 170 degrees Celsius, petrol is going to condense down, and the carbon chain or the carbon length is also given here. Fuel oil is C15 to C, I cannot see, it is C18. Then diesel oil is C13 to 16. Kerosene is 12 to 15. Gasoline is just 2 to 12. And no, 7 to 12. Petroleum either is 5 to 7. And petroleum gas is carbon 1 to carbon 4. अब ये जो है ना C1 to C4, C5 to C7, C7 to C12, इसी के बारे में हम पेट्रोकेमिकल्स में पढ़ेंगे. ओके, इतने कार्बन कंपाउंड है हमारे पास, उसके क्या क्या प्रोडक्ट्स पॉसिबल है. अब C5 to C7 पेट्रोलियम ईथर बन रहा है, उसके अलावा उसमें और क्या क्या मिलने के चांसेस है. स्टायरीन मिलेगा या ब्यूटाडाइन मिलेगा, क्या मिलने के चांसेस है. So that all comes under C5 to C7. Gasoline is C7 to C12. So C7 to C12 में क्या मिलेगा? Polymeric compounds बना सकते हो, क्या है? तो ये हम based on the carbon numbers we will study the last two chapters. So the various components obtained from the fractional distillation of petroleum from the base upwards are asphalt, lubricating oil, paraffin wax, fuel oil, diesel, kerosene, petrol, and petroleum gas. Except for asphalt, lubricating oil, and paraffin wax, which is obtained at the bottom as a residue, all other fractions readily burn and are used as fuels. Asphalt, lubricating oil, and paraffin wax are obtained by further fractionation of residual oil, which collects at the bottom of the fractionating tower. तो इनका asphalt, lubricating oil और paraffin wax का कहाँ use होता है? Paraffin wax at your commercial products, petroleum jelly जो है वो paraffin wax है. Then your normal moam also, okay? And asphalt कहाँ use होता है? बहुत common asphalt. Road construction, cement में use होता है asphalt as a raw material, okay? Lubricating oil, lube oil, right? For your vehicles, lube oil जो आप use करते हो. Then this is again a summary of your petroleum fractions. Fractionation of crude products, petroleum gas at the top below 30 degree, petroleum ether 30 to 80 degree, gasoline 80 to 170, kerosene 170 to 250. ये range क्यों दिया जाता है? If you remember, मैंने पहले क्लास में बोला था कि हर जगह अपना अपना distillation parameters vary होता है, right? It cannot be said that at exactly 170 degree petrol condense हो जाएगा. You cannot go for it. India में at 170 हो सकता है. When you go to Middle East, it may be at 180 or 190. So it differs from region to region and the composition of crude. So that's why the range is given. So gasoline is at from 80 to 170. See the difference, 80 to 170, almost 90. Double, right? Almost double. Kerosene 170 to 250 and diesel oil 250 to 350. तो ये range इसलिए दिया जाता है क्योंकि जगह different places it varies. And uses are given here. Petroleum gas का use होता है as gaseous fuel, that is a LPG. Then production of carbon black, hydrogen, and carbon monoxide, which are used to make ammonia and methanol. If you remember ammonia making, Haber-Bosch process. So they are using hydrogen and carbon as a raw material. So that is derived from this petroleum gas. And then petroleum ether as a solvent in dry cleaning. You know the components of ether. जो biodiesel में काम कर रहे थे, they also use a lot of ether. Then gasoline is motor fuel, pure motor fuel. Kerosene, it is a household fuel, illuminant fuel, jet engine fuel. Okay, kerosene is a jet engine fuel. And diesel oil, fuel for diesel engines in cracking. It is also used in cracking. हम cracking क्या है? We will be seeing each later. Then you have other fractions: fuel oil, lubricating oils, paraffin wax, and petroleum coke of asphalt. Fuel oil, furnace fuel in the industries. It is used to power up the fuel in the industries. Then lubricating oil जो है, lubrication of machineries. Paraffin wax for making candles, waterproofing, Vaseline, fabrics, यहाँ पे paraffin wax use होता है, and petroleum coke of asphalt, artificial asphalt, fuel, and even in making electrodes. Then characteristic is given here. We will not get into the depth of it. Then crude assay analysis. If you see your syllabus in the first chapter end में, there are some standard tests for running on the petroleum products. आप कुछ standard test करोगे तभी आप बता पाओगे कि मेरा जो ये petrol product मिला है, it meets up the standard. It was first started by ASTM. What is ASTM? You can refer Google and tell me. ASTM. थोड़ा आंखों को रेस्ट दो, Google करो. What is ASTM? जब आप ASTM नंबर अमेरिकन का ही है, ASTM नंबर देने लगते हो, वो टेस्ट वहाँ पे स्टैंडर्ड है. जैसे UN एक स्टैंडर्ड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, वैसे ASTM भी एक स्टैंडर्ड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है. What is ASTM? Those who are online, they can also search and tell me. American Society of Testing and Materials, and they have identified some tests for running on the fuels, and those tests are the standard test. अब जब हम यहाँ पे करते हैं तब भी हमें वो ASTM स्टैंडर्ड्स ही फॉलो करना है. आपका जो भी एक्सपेरिमेंटल टेस्ट है आपके लैब में वो वहीं से आता है. ओके, C10 नंबर फाइंड आउट करना, स्मोक पॉइंट फाइंड आउट करना, 5 पॉइंट, फ्लैश पॉइंट, ये सब ASTM के स्टैंडर्ड से ही फॉलो होता है. ओके, सो क्रूड assay analysis, what are they? You have a wide range. Complete crude assay will contain some or all of the following, which are whole crude gravity, viscosity, S content, pour point. एक का definition आप अगर जान सकते हो तो बहुत अच्छा है. You do that homework. TBP curve. TBP is true boiling point curve. True boiling point will be different from its original boiling. मतलब जो पे actually experimentally होता है ना, वो अलग होगा, and उसका जो true है वो अलग होगा. उसको आप क्या बोलते हो? Experimental and observed. क्या बोलते हो? You आपने पढ़ा empirical and experimental. Empirical is something that you can get it through formula, and observed या फिर जो experimental है वो जो आप करने से होता है वो. हर बार हम जो formula में value मिलता है वही answer आपको experiment करने से नहीं मिलता. There are some ups and downs. तो true boiling point curve is different from the experimental boiling point curve. Then you have mid volume plot of gravity, viscosity, then light end analysis. Up to C8 या C9 तक ये वाला टेस्ट कर सकते हो. Then properties of fractions find out करना, जैसे कि yield versus volume percentage, then gravity, then octane number, diesel index, flash point, 5 points to smoke point. It's not PORE, it's POUR. Okay, pour point, vapor pressure, etc. Then properties of lube distillates, only if the crude is suitable for manufacture of lube-based stocks. Then you have properties of asphalt. Then EFV curve. EFV curve is vaporization. I'll tell you it's at the back. EFV curve run at atmospheric pressure, not useful for design work, but it is of great importance to the refinery or to the crude oil purchaser. जो लेगा वो EFV value देख के लेगा. So for trading, these are the characterization: density, API, gravity. Trade करते वक्त, transportation में RVP, then read vapor pressure. RVP is REID, read vapor pressure. Pour point, KV, wax content. KV, I'll let you know. Contamination, salt content, basic sediment and water. Processability is based on the sulfur content, nitrogen, total acid number, asphaltene, microcarbon residue. Cracking point, ASTM distillation के standard से. LPG potential, light hydrocarbons, and classification based on these characterization factors. तो जैसे मैं बोल रही थी, जब आप characterization करते हो, you need some basic data. तो TBP जो है, true boiling point distillation, you are going to use it, but ये जो theoretically observed है, theoretically जो आपको मिलता है वो same नहीं रहेगा. We will see what is TBP. True boiling point distillation for crude used to obtain true boiling point distillation curve for good fractionation. Number of plates and amount of reflex must be specified. तो ये आपको तब easy लगेगा पढ़ने में जब आप पूरा tower का setup पढ़ लेते हो. There are how many number of plates inside the tower. ये top tray reflex है या फिर bottom tray reflex है या फिर there is one more cross flow reflex है. तो ये सब आपको तब पता चलेगा जब आप पूरा tower का setup पढ़ोगे. In second chapter, we will be talking about the tray setup in detail. And theoretically, a true boiling point distillation is that where a very close separation is made so that each component in the mixture is separated at its own boiling point and quantity present in the original mixture. So this is TBP. And then ASTM distillation, or the other name given to is Ongler distillation. It is simple distillation carried out with ASTM flask of 100, 200 or 500 ml capacity. No reflex is provided. It is done at the lab scale, okay? And यहाँ पे the rapid batch distillation employing no trace or reflex between the still pot and the condensation. आप बस एक को अपना जो normal simple distillation setup है उसी से कर रहे हो. Then separation is poor. More volatile and high volatile components are present in initial condition. So IBP is higher than the TBP. What is IBP? Initial boiling point is higher than the true boiling point. At the end, in TBP, only pure component has less volatile compound in present, whereas in ASTM, more volatile components and less volatile both are present, so that FBP is lower in ASTM. Then EVP ka diye ra full form. Equilibrium flash vaporization. Okay, so this is the full form of EVP. What is EVP? EFP, sir. Yeah, EFP. By conducting operation at a series of temperature, you get curve percentage vaporized versus temperature that may be plotted. You have to do this experimentation. ये सब लैब में करके रखा है, हम ये सब लैब में नहीं करने वाले, बट ये आपको जानना जरूरी है क्योंकि जब आप पेट्रोलियम का डीलिंग करते हो, these are the values that matter. And what does it indicate? Mixture is heated without allowing the vapor to separate from the remaining liquids. The vapor assists in causing the high boiling point of the mixture to vaporize. Similar to ASTM, but vapor and liquid are kept in contact till the desired degree of vaporization is reached. Poorer separation, higher IBP, lower FBP than ASTM. ये सब इसके characteristics है. अब आगे और कुछ नाम है. These are standard curves. Okay. Instead of reading those theoretical slides, आप ये पढ़ लो. This is more easy for you. What is true boiling point? What is ASTM and what is EFP? EFB. ये आप तीनों पढ़ लो. So that is more easy. You can write in note for that. Okay. So basic information on the crude oil is over. अब first chapter का एक और portion बाकी है जो pre-treatment of crude बोलेंगे. Before you go or you send the crude oil into the fractionating column, you are going to pre-treat it. थोड़ा सा heating पहले से करोगे, थोड़ा सा उसमें से desulfur करोगे, sulfur ज्यादा होता है, right? Desulfurization करोगे, अगर lead है तो lead को निकालोगे, salts है तो salt को भी निकालोगे, तो ये सब pre-treatment stage में आ जाएगा, जो हम देखेंगे क्या क्या है. काफी सारे हैं, dewaxing है, then sulfur desulfurization या फिर sweetening बोलेंगे उसको. Lead निकालने को lead doctoring बोलेंगे. There are some names given to it, so we will see them one by one in the next lecture when we meet. It's on Wednesday, right? Okay, we are not meeting tomorrow for lecture. We will see this on Wednesday. अब note में क्या है, आपको कैसे लिखना है मैं बताती हूँ. First thing is you are going to, हाँ पहले सबसे पहले आपको क्या करना है, एक चैप्टर खत्म होने के बाद मैं आपको क्वेश्चंस दूंगी. ओके, as many questions as possible from this chapter I'll give you, and उसके आंसर स्लाइड्स में से कहाँ है वो मैं बता दूंगी. हाँ मैं बता रही हूँ, रुको सुन लो. ओके, so as many questions as possible from chapter 1 I'll give you. You have to write it down, and if you want the slide numbers you can mention against it. उसमें से कुछ 6 या 7 क्वेश्चंस आपको लिखने हैं विद आंसर्स, जो आपका असाइनमेंट फॉर चैप्टर 1 बनेगा. अगर आपके चैप्टर 1 में 20 क्वेश्चन बनते हैं, you don't have to write all 20, just write 6 or 7, which I will tell you. Okay, not any 6 or 7, I will tell you. You can write those. Okay, हाँ, any 6 or 7 बोलूंगी तो what is true boiling point, what is EFP, इतना नहीं. Okay, I'll give you some detailed answers जिसके आंसर्स आपको लिखने होंगे. Okay, so those who are online, I'll start the attendance. नो बोला ना अभी प्री ट्रीटमेंट बाकी है. One. Those who have any contact in the industries and if you can get any data based on those industries, तो आप अपना project rather than doing in college, आप industry में करके वो report यहाँ submit कर सकते हो under the guidance of any name. जैसे हम आपके internal guide रहेंगे, आपके external guide वहाँ industries के होंगे. ओके तो आप वो डेटा हमें सबमिट कर सकते हैं. आपको कॉलेज से अटेंडेंस मिल जाएगा, आपको कॉलेज आने की जरूरत नहीं होगी. प्रेजेंटेशंस के वक्त आपको आना पड़ेगा, जब आपका फर्स्ट रिव्यू या सेकंड रिव्यू जब होगा वो आप तब आप आओगे. अदरवाइज एक्सपेरिमेंट करने के लिए जो आपको रोज बुलाएंगे, अभी कुछ दिनों बाद आपको हर फ्राइडे आने के लिए बोलेंगे, मे बी दिस फ्राइडे आल्सो दे मे टेल. तो हर फ्राइडे एक्सपेरिमेंट के लिए ही आपका अलॉटेड है, आप प्रोजेक्ट के डिस्कस करोगे. तो वो जो इंडस्ट्री में करेंगे उनको वो दिन यहाँ नहीं आना होगा. दिस इज द condition for doing the industry project. Okay, so now answer the attendance. Manoj, Pratipal.
Yes.
Sanidhya, Deep, Darshan, Harshdeep. Roll number 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. 15. 16. 18. 19. 21. 22. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 38, 39, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 57, 57, 58, present 61, 62, breathe, sail, Jay, Jignesh, Kamlesh, Himanshu, Abhishek, Sailesh, Zubair, those who have given attendance can leave the meeting. हाँ? केबल चाहिए आपको?